Niners can't trade Deebo Samuel. I know people have been talking about it. Jesse and I talked about it on the show last night. It's popping into people's minds because it's starting to sink in how expensive he's going to be. Tyreek Hill just got $30 million a year. Used to be quarterbacks didn't get $30 million a year. Now wide receivers are getting that money, and Deebo's going to get that too because he's just as good as Tyreek Hill. So Niner fans like, man, that's a lot. And then you saw what the Chiefs got by trading Tyreek Hill, a first, a second, a fourth this year, plus like a fourth and a sixth next year. That's nice. The Niners can't trade Deebo, though. Not an option. Because think about it. I mean, if they were to trade Deebo Samuel, he gained 1,700 yards last year. He was like 30% of their total offense. So taking him out, it would require you to replace all that. And you're not going to just get more from Kittle or Ayuk. You would have to have new players. And it would be multiple. You would have to have – who's calling me? You would have to have you'd have to get an elite running back and an elite wide receiver to replace Deebo Samuel. So if you traded him for I don't know if he's worth 2 first-round picks. But if you got a first and a second for him, you'd have to get an elite wide receiver and elite running back with that capital. Or if you don't want to spend $30 million on Deebo and you wanted to get 2 elite players, then you'd end up spending $30 million on them anyway. So the Niners should just be thankful that they have Deebo. He's the best player in the league. He plays 2 positions at an elite level. He's their new version of Roger Craig, except faster. He looks like he could be a Hall of Fame player if he keeps at this trajectory. Can't trade Deebo Samuel. I would trade George Kittle. He's older, and I think you could replace what he gives you. He hasn't played a full season the last couple of years, but that's neither here nor there. I say no with Deebo. The only thing with Deebo that scares me is the soft tissue injuries. Every year he seems to pull a groin and a hamstring. And what's interesting, he's like the exact opposite of Kittle in the sense that Kittle is a big dude with skinny legs, 250-pound man with the lower body of a 185-pound wide receiver. Deebo is built like a running back. His lower body is extremely thick. And I wonder if there's imbalances between like the quads and the hamstrings. Because when the quad fires, the hamstring has to be slack. And it seems like maybe he's overly muscled up in certain areas in his legs, and it's causing him to pull these. It seems like this should be fixable. Deebo Samuel should be a key member of this team for at least the next 3-4 years. Can't trade Deebo Samuel. Too important. I understand why Niner fans would think about it, though. Dave says Niners are pump and dumping their whole stock. Yeah, that's true.